19. Driving car number 77. He is one of the Pennsylvania posse members out of Collegeville, Pennsylvania. This is Alex Bright. Alex Bright in car number 77. Driving car number 3N out of New Berlin, Illinois. This is Jake Newman. Jake Newman in car number 3N. Driving car number 45. He hails from Cambria, Illinois. This is Tony Lawrence. He is the motocross legend. And now in car number 51B, that is Joe B. Miller. Joe B. Miller out of Millersville, Missouri. Driving car number 19L. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this gentleman wants to race. He's from Mooresville, North Carolina. This is Ethan Mitchell. Ethan Mitchell in car number 19. There's Ethan Mitchell with the black and red number 19. Tony Lawrence in the 45. Joe B. Miller in the 51B. Alex Bright in car number 77. Jake Newman in car number 3N. Austin Odell in car number 97A. Nick Knipper in car number 55. Out now in car number 35. E2 out of Collegeville, Pennsylvania. This is Andrew Lacer. Andrew Lacer in car number 35. Blake Merritt, car number 79. And Ron Cotto, the driver of car number 103. Ladies and gentlemen, lots of improvements here at Jacksonville Speedway. How about that big old grandstand right there on the back straightaway? Of course, the Hall of Fame lounge after the racing tonight. That's going to be a busy place, so stick around. I'm sure some of the drivers will be there, so we'd like to have you come down to the Hall of Fame lounge. That is to your left as you sit in the grandstand, underneath the grandstand. Tommy and the crew have really put in a lot of work over the winter. Once again, just as soon as the track is packed in a little bit more, we'll be dropping the green flag for practice session number 1. Also, too, at no time are you allowed to stand along the fence. No time are you allowed to stand along the fence. So you folks on the outside of turn 4, you got to go sit down. Get away from the fence, guys. Yeah, you 3. There you go. I warned you. Well, it looks like maybe Tony Lawrence in car number 45 having some difficulties. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I did make mention that in February down at Bubba's Raceway Park in Ocala, Florida, Power Eye initiated Power Eye TV. So every race we will have it on the website. We'll have pre-race interviews, post-race interviews. We'll even have some lighter moments in the pit area. Plus, we'll have every lap of every heat race, every lap of every semi, and every lap of every feature event for the whole 35-race schedule. Alex Bride at car number 77, making the long haul from Collegeville, Pennsylvania, with the Stanton SR11 powered Elite chassis, car number 77 with problems. Jake Newman will fire up his SR Mopar SR11. So from time to time, ladies and gentlemen, you'll hear me say something about an S-Linger. So you Ford fans, these are the people you want to cheer for. If you hear me talk about the SR11's AX or SR11 power plants, those are Mopars. And other than that, we'll say something about Chevys or Fontanas. Most of those are all Chevys. So just to inform you that if you hear me say S-Linger power, it's Ford. It will. Okay. Second practice session. We need you out on the track. Here they come. Another one of the Pennsylvania drivers having some tough luck. That is the 17-year-old Andrew Lacer. Second year in midget car racing. Second practice session being pushed off now, driving K67. That is K67, Pete and Al. Out of Sacramento, California, that is Miss Holly Shelton. Holly Shelton in car K67. Dave Canfield Jr. in car number 86 out of Decatur, Illinois. The 10C, also out of Decatur, another member of the Canfield Racing Fraternity. This is 22-year-old Dalton Canfield. Dalton is the oldest of the three Canfields that's currently racing. Mark Chesum, in car number 56X, out of Cheyenne, Wyoming. Firing up his Toyota power plant. And yes, we do have Toyotas. A lot of Toyotas, as a matter of fact. We always like to see new drivers, and we like to see female drivers. One of those being pushed off right now, that is car number 36. Now, this young lady tested one of the Rusty Kuntz midgets when the Power Eye Racing League was in Ocala, Florida back in February, and this is her very first midget race right here at Jacksonville Speedway. This here is a Hannah Parkhurst. 17 years old. This is her very first race. Driving car number 27. Got his first and second career Power Eye victories earlier this month at Belle Claire Speedway and at Federated Auto Parts I-55 Speedway out of Paoli, Kansas. This is Tucker Klossmeyer. Driving car number 14, Junior, another young lady driver. She is vying for Rookie of the Year out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. This is Holly Holland. Miss Holly Holland in car number 14, Junior. driving car number 15. This driver is making his first start with the Petrie Racing team. This is Jason McDougall. Jason McDougall, driving car number 15. Car number 9K, the driver out of Philo, Illinois. This is Kyle Schutt. Kyle Schutt in car number 9K. Another driver getting his first career win, driving car K71. Out of Lincoln, California, this is Tanner Carrick. He got his first career win a week ago Saturday night at the very fast Lucas Oil Speedway in Wheatland, Missouri. Driving car number 3B from Sherman, Illinois, a graduate of the Micro Sprints. This is Shelby Boise, and here we go, practice session number 2. Dave Canfield Jr. sitting idle in between turns 3 and 4, and Tucker Klossmeyer's got problems, as well as the number 10C. Wow, all kinds of things happening during that caution period. Dalton Canfield now with problems. Well, Dave Canfield Jr. doing a Tommy tip over up there. We was all kind of keeping our eyes on the 36. She kind of slowed down, thought we was going to bog it down, but she kept it going, and all of a sudden, all that took place up in turns 3 and 4. Also, too, ladies and gentlemen, it was announced over the winter that POWRi will be telecasting some 35 races on MAV TV this summer. That will include some of the micros, some of the midgets, and from the WAR Sprint Car League. So, POWRi, very busy on television this 2018 racing season. All right, we're about ready to drop the green once again and continue with practice session number 2. Well, the 36 coming to a stop. First time this young lady has been in a midget as far as racing one. She had practice in Ocala, Florida back in February. She's just 17 years old. We was kind of watching Jason McDougall in car number 15. First time he sit in this race car. Scott Petrie, the owner. And it did not take him very long at all to get accustomed to that car, turning some very, very fast laps. Practice session number 3. We need you guys out on the track, please. And here they come. Our car's in the final practice session out on the track now. Driving car number 5T, another one of our young lady drivers. She is just glad to be warm, and she's glad to see the sunshine. She hails from Kennedy, Minnesota. This is Miss Presley Trutzen. Presley Trutzen in car number 5T. Her teammate, a 3-time POWRi Lucas Oil National Driving Champion, Zach Dom. He drives car number 5D out of Pocahontas, Illinois. There is the 67. He is your current POWRi Lucas Oil National Driving Champion out of Sutter, California, Logan Seavey. Logan Seavey in car number 67. Driving car number 35, another member of the Petrie Racing Team out of Edmond, Oklahoma. Car number 35, this again is one of our female competitors. This is Miss Allison Slayton. Allison Slayton in car number 35. Out now in car number 7F. He is the 2012 POWRi Lucas Oil National Driving Champion out of Carl Junction, Missouri, Andrew Felker. Andrew Felker in car number 7F. Out now in car number 1K. An all-state wrestler, 4 years in Springfield, Illinois. This is Brayton Lynch out of Springfield. Driving car number 77W out of Waterloo, Illinois, another graduate of the Micro Sprints. This is Joey Worth. Joey Worth in car number 77. Driving the Kokomo Joe's Game Centers, car number 72. The driver out of St. Peters, Missouri, Sam Johnson. Sam Johnson in car number 72. And those are the cars. And driving car number 71. You're very importantly, you're Ryan Robinson out of Mooresville, California. Well, it looked like the only one that might have had problems is Brayton Lynch, driving the SR11 powered Spike. So micro sprints up next for their practice. Once again, a great field of micro sprints as well as midgets here at the baddest bull ring in America, Jacksonville Speedway. Crowd starting to file in now. That's a good sign. We always have some of the best fans in the nation right here at the baddest bull ring in America. And tomorrow night, we'll be down at the ultimate race place, the mighty Macon Speedway in Macon, Illinois. Can't wait for that. Hey, folks, let me tell you something. Next weekend, the Power Eye Racing Series, we're going to be down at our home track. We'll be down at Belle Claire Speedway next Friday night. And then on Saturday night, we travel south to God's country. My closest race of the year. It's still an hour away from my house, but we'll be in Marion, Illinois. Got a couple of good NASCAR representatives that will be racing with us. Christopher Bell will be racing, and Chase Briscoe. Both of those drivers will be racing at Belle Claire Speedway next Friday night and Marion, Illinois, Saturday night. Micro sprints coming out now for their practice session. Clayton Duff in car number 1X. Harley Holland in car number 14H. Kurt Westerfield in car number 14. Michael Brummett in car number 18. Daniel Robinson in car number 99. And here we go. A couple more cars in that practice session. Car number 42, and that's Emerson Axum in car number 42. 05 is Brian Paver, driving car 05. New on the micro sprint scene this year, 2018. Second practice session. I like these guys because they come out under power. Don't take a lot of time to get these guys going. Tommy's going to hit the track a little bit with that mist. Some of the cars in this practice session will be calling out what we can, when we can. Riley Goodnow out of Knoxville, Iowa. He'll be driving car number 11. A beautiful race car, car number 7A. That is Will Armitage. Armitage in car number 7A. This kid's only 11 years old. Will out of Athens, Illinois. Jeremy Camp driving his familiar number 23 car now. Garrett Duff in car number 4. Michael Bustamante in car number M4. Another beautiful car. He was your winner on night number 2 at I-44 Riverside Speedway in Oklahoma City. Out of Columbia, Missouri, the 71S is Austin Schaefer. Austin Schaefer in car number 71. Chad Elliott out of Cottage Hills, Illinois in car number 65E. Tyler Duff in car number 9T over in turns 3. Jackson Frisbee in car number 38. Jackson running for the championship this year. Luke Verardi in car number 28, and here we go. Another car in that practice session was Miss Carly Grace, out of Alton, Illinois. Once again, for you people standing up along the fence, get down. Nobody up along the fence. You got plenty of grandstand seating over on the back straightaway now, so once again, no standing along the fence. Thank you. Good boy. Attaboy. There you go. Third and final practice session coming out for the micro sprints. Aaron Andruskevich at 31. 21 rather. Kaylin Hunt, the beautiful number 1 car. Eli Harris in car number 14E. Gay Verardi driving car number 8. Car number 72 drives one of the famed Woody chassis entries. That's Drake Turner. And here we go. We got one slowing down. Now, when the yellow comes out, he picks it up. That is the number 55 car. That is Charlie Keevan. Charlie Keevan in car number 55. You know, I've seen the drivers do that in racing, but I've never seen one do it in hot laps. Looks like Drake Turner in car number 72 laying down some fluids. Drake Turner out of Sullivan, Indiana. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that will conclude practice for the National Midgets and the 600 Outlaw Micro Sprints. Up next will be practice for the 305 Sprint cars. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm anxious to hear this young man, your new voice here at Jacksonville Speedway, Mr. Brian Shoemaker.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. 305 Sprints getting ready to roll here at America's Baddest Bull Ring. Second run of the season here for the 305 Sprints. If you were here last week, what a show we had. Took down half the fence with it. But hey, we got through the night just the same. Let's introduce you to some of the drivers lining up for hot laps here in practice round number 1. The number 5, ladies and gentlemen, right here in front of us on the infield side is going to be Caleb Wankel, I believe. 5 here on the closest to the side. 7X. Defending 2017 305's champ from Lincoln, Illinois is going to be Max Posgay. Caleb Wankel, excuse me. We'll get the names right by the end of the season, folks, I promise. Hey, out of Decatur, Illinois, next is going to be the 32 of Jeff Tuxhorn. And on the closest side to you on the grandstand is going to be the 70 out of Decatur, Illinois, Mr. Eric Shelton. Also coming out to join the fray right now is going to be the Ford, last week's champion, ladies and gentlemen, in one heck of a race out of Springfield area. Let's hear it for Bailey Goldsberry. In the Silver Bullet 007 out of New Berlin, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Brady Barker. And coming out in the 13 is going to be Mr. Braden Gaylord. An exciting run last week for our 305 Sprints. Just a couple of laps into the big feature at the end of the night. Somebody got up into the wall on turn 2 and the whole fence went down with it. A great job by all of our crew and several of the local racers here to help get things up in just about a half hour, which is pretty darn good if you're trying to put up a whole new fence. Takes you a whole weekend at home if you're trying to do that type of thing. But our guys were able to get it put back, and we got race in, and Bailey Goldsberry held off a great push by Max Posgay at the end of the run, so we're excited to see how this field plays out tonight. Plenty of cars still to introduce for you here on the later half of the 305 Sprints, but it is going to be a lot of fun here tonight, and here we go. One set down, another set to go here in the 305 Sprints. UMP Street Stocks, you will be ready for staging as soon as we get our last half of the field out. UMP Street Stocks will be ready for you as we get our last half of the 305 Sprints out here. Folks, you've still got plenty of time to get something to eat, something to drink. Actually, not plenty of time, just enough time to get in line, get something to eat, and get back to your seat. It's going to be a lot of fun. Opening ceremonies coming up here shortly, and then we'll get into our heat races for the evening. A huge slate on the night here, as Jim told you about earlier. What a great field we've got for the Power I team tonight, and a wonderful field of our local drivers here for our 305 Sprints and UMP Street Stocks. Alan Motley hanging out here in the tower tonight, working the flags up front, keeping everybody in line and straight, usually hanging out here in the back, keeping everybody on the radio, but he's on the flags tonight as Mr. Randy has the night off. Just want to remind everybody, if you're around those turns, we need you to stay clear of the fence, gang. Make sure you've got plenty of space between yourself and the fence. And we'll introduce you to our latter half of the field here for the 305 sprints. First in the 57 is going to be Mr. Terry Babb. In the 9D out of Pawnee, Illinois, got third at Lincoln a couple of weeks ago, is going to be Mr. Dylan Tuxhorn. In the 11C, the 13-year-old out of New Berlin, Illinois, racing Mason Campbell. And in the black and white Odell Trucking 97, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be Mr. Austin Odell. Last call for the 305 sprints, guys. Last call for the 305 sprints. UMP Street Stocks. You need to make your way to staging. Street Stocks, make your way to staging now, please. Joining us for practice round here tonight in the 305 sprints is going to be the 63, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Travis Howard. We'll have 2 heats tonight of the 305 sprints, 2 heats of the UMP Street Stocks, and features later on in the night. It's going to be a lot of fun. So glad you're here and have an early seat. Call a friend. They've got time to get down here and join the fun as well tonight here at Jacksonville Speedway. A fun-filled night for the whole family. We'll tell you about that Pittsfield reunion coming up. That's next Saturday. We won't be here, so make that part of your racing plans. The Pittsfield Speedway opened from 1954 to 1970 over in Pike County, Illinois, back in my neck of the woods. Join us starting at 10 a.m. until who knows when the party's going to stop. They'll be trading all sorts of war stories and a whole lot more fun over at the Pittsfield Speedway. That's going to wrap up our field for the 305 sprints, folks. That's going to be a whole lot of fun later on tonight. We've got last week's winner, several runners up here coming up next. Street Stocks, you are up next, heat number 1. First half of the field for Street Stocks. We'll be ready for you here in just a second on the track. 2 heats later tonight of UMP Street Stock action here at America's baddest bull ring, the Jacksonville Speedway. And we'll tell you all about it as our drivers get out here tonight. Out first in the orange and white 17B, ladies and gentlemen, Braden Bilger. Following him up in the 34X is going to be Cletus Coates. The 72C out of Jacksonville, Illinois is going to be Chet Peak. What's up, Doc, in that 22? Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be out of Monticello, Illinois, Daryl Dick. What a race he had last week here at Jacksonville. In the 67R out of Jacksonville, Illinois, ladies and gentlemen, Rudy Zaragoza. And in the white 47 from Concord, Illinois, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. John Jackson. Last call for UMP Street Stocks. Last call for UMP Street Stocks. Make your way to staging if you're going to get in on the practice round. Last call for UMP Street Stocks. Make your way to staging. A little slowdown over in turn 3 and 4 in the 34X of Cletus Coates, but he gets the heat back under the engine, and there he goes. One last call, UMP Street Stocks. One last call, UMP Street Stocks. Make your way to staging now, please. One last call, guys. Last call for the UMP Street Stocks. Make your way to staging for practice rounds, and then we'll get ready with opening ceremonies. And we'll turn everything back over to Mr. Jim Childers on the microphone here in just a few minutes to get you through the Power Eye Heats. What a lot of fun that's going to be. Hope you're following along here if you're listening or watching online. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast tonight. Last run for our UMP Street Stocks from Jacksonville, Illinois. In the 2, ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy Miller. Following him up in the 23Z out of Bodie, Illinois is going to be Sean Zemer. In the orange and black attack, the 23 from Chapin, Illinois, Mr. Thomas Angelo. From Jacksonville, in the black and white 79, that is going to be Mr. John Preston. That is going to wrap up practice round for our UMP Street Stocks. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for some racing tonight, folks? We are through practice rounds and just about ready to go here tonight in Jacksonville. What a fun night this is going to be. Want to remind everybody, if you're having those pesky gnats in your face, make sure to grab some Buggins and spray it on. Buggins keeps the gnats away and makes the ladies say, hey, the sweetest smelling scent you can find here at Jacksonville Speedway, the official scent of dirt track racing, Buggins, all natural insect repellent. We're going to get things reset, folks. We'll get ready to go here in just a minute. Big Hank's getting the track watered down. You've got just a minute, folks. Get something to eat, something to drink, and get back in your seat because this is going to be a whole lot of fun as we get ready for opening ceremonies here at Jacksonville Speedway. Once again, we want to remind everyone, Bowlers Universe next Saturday, May 19th. Vintage race car displays, photos, memorabilia, and a whole bunch of fun stories that we can't tell about here on the microphone are going to be happening at Pittsfield Speedway for the big Racers Reunion. 10 a.m. start time over on the far west side of Pittsfield, folks. Keep on going like you're heading out of town and then some, and you'll make your way to Bowlers Universe in Pittsfield, Illinois, Saturday, May 18th for the big Racer Reunion. Go see Wayne down in the Hall of Fame booth. He'll tell you all more about it here tonight. Once again, guys, as we get ready, you need to stay off of these fences around the turns. We only say that because, hey, we lost part of the fences last week, and we'd hate for you to be part of what we lose. Sometimes those parts are harder to put together than a fence. So once again, folks, you've got time real quick. We're going to get the track wet down here real quick, get some things reset, and we'll be at opening ceremonies here. Power Eye Micros, Power Eye Midgets, our 305 sprints in the UMP Dirt Street Stocks here tonight. What a fun slate here at Jacksonville. We had a lot of fun last week. It was First Time Fan Week. Are there any first-time fans that are back this week? Give us a big holler if you're here and you were here last week as a first-time fan. Just a few. How many of you have been longtime fans and you're just here every week hanging out with us? Well, hey, let's do this. There was one first-time fan that I heard that's back. So what I need all of the longtime fans to do on the count of 3 is say hi and welcome back. On welcome back on 3. 1, 2, 3. Welcome back. 5 of you did it. That's okay. I'm new here. We'll get along as the season goes. Don't feel bad. We'll get together. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for opening ceremonies. We'll turn things over to run our opening ceremonies, the voice of Power Eye. Ladies and gentlemen, a warm round of applause for Mr. Jim Childress.
Well, thank you. I've never had a hand. Could I have your attention in the pit area? Heats 1 and 2 to the staging area, please. Heats 1 and 2. We need you folks to the staging area. Heats 1 and 2 for the Power Eye Lucas Oil National Midget League. Well, once again, ladies and gentlemen, we do thank you folks for coming out, spending some of your hard-earned money. The weather finally broke, thank goodness. Yeah, we started the year in Ocala, Florida. Joe, the weather was horrible, wasn't it? We got to spend a week down there, and I think the coldest it was something like 78, 79 degrees. We'll wait for the trucks to exit the racetrack, and then we'll have our opening ceremonies, folks. Once again, the next stop for the midgets and micros will be tomorrow night. We'll be at the Macon Speedway in Macon, Illinois. Always have a great time down there. Next week, the series will be at our home track, Belle Claire Speedway in Belleville, Illinois. Then we travel down to Southern Illinois, Marion, Illinois, to Southern Illinois Raceway. NASCAR will be running with us with the likes of Christopher Bell. Does Chris still have fans up in the grandstand, huh? Yeah, he'll be there. Chase Briscoe. He's driving several of the Xfinity races this year as well. So he'll be racing with us. So Chris Bell and Chase Briscoe will be with the Power Eye Racing League next weekend. Brandon Ballman is in the house, folks. He's the guy that's got the camera around his neck with his hat on backward. Ladies, be sure and hold on to your purses. Gentlemen, make sure your billfolds are snugly in your back pocket. He's a good friend. That's one thing we like about motorsports. You always make good friends. Once again, heats 1 and 2 to the staging area, please. Heats 1 and 2 to the staging area right now, please. Another good photographer we got with us, Mr. T.J. Crawford out of Kansas City. He is here. And we got some good shooters. T.J. has been to just about all of the Power Eye events this year. It's good to have T.J. and sometimes his wife travels with him. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask everyone would please rise and honor the great God we serve and the great nation we live in. Gentlemen, we ask that you please remove your caps for invocation and remain standing for our national anthem. Well, ladies and gentlemen,
you folks know that's been here before, this gentleman to my left and I, we made a pledge to honor some very special people, and these are the men and women that have sacrificed their life that we can enjoy the freedom that we have. Everyone knows that freedom is not cheap. A lot of our veterans paid the ultimate price, and we're forever grateful for them laying their life on the line. So right now, if you have served or presently serving in our armed forces, could you please raise your hand and be recognized? Ladies and gentlemen, look around now. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, let them hear ya. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to give our invocation, the chaplain of the Power Eye Racing Leagues, representing Faith Flat Out Ministries, the Reverend Joe Chetta.
Thank you, Jim. To all of you veterans, we owe you a deep sense of gratitude for the freedom we enjoy. Thank you, and God bless you. And to all of you mothers out there on this Mother's Day weekend, thank you. You are truly blessed of God. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, as we come to you, Lord God, we thank you for all of the good gifts you have given us, especially the freedom that we enjoy here in this country. And Lord, I ask that you bless each and every one of the veterans that have served in our armed forces in this country, because you know that freedom isn't free. Lord, I ask a special blessing of peace over the families of those who gave the ultimate sacrifice and gave all. Lord, I also ask that you bless each and every mother that is in this country and all over this world, because you ordained that. And Lord God, we thank you for everything that they do for us, because they do so much in the thankless job that they have. I ask that you bless them as well. And Lord God, as each one of these drivers comes onto this speedway tonight, we ask that your safe hand be upon them. Lord, and I also ask for wisdom for them. Lord, I also thank you for each and every person that is here. Lord God, they stand and they honor you, and they bow their heads when we honor your name at each event. And Lord God, I thank you for them, and I ask that you bless each and every one of them, because without them, this would not be possible. And Lord, as we move to the next event, give all of us safe travel. We thank you, and we ask these things in the mighty name of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen and shalom.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the greatest song for ultimately the greatest nation in all the world. Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of the United States of America. How many of you folks are proud to be an American? Now make some noise. How many of you folks are ready to go racing tonight? Let me hear ya. Oh yeah, I'm not stopping right there. Usually I gotta pump the crowds up 2 or 3 times, but hey, you guys hit a 10 on a 10 meter. Once again, we'll be running 4 8-lap qualifying heat races. The top 16 point getters, courtesy of passing and finishing points, will transfer straight to tonight's feature event. Then the remainder of the field will be coming out of a 12-lap B main. Here's how we'll line up heat race number 1. Starting on the inside of Rule 1,
Starting on the inside of row 1 out of Mason City, Illinois, the 21 KS Carter Sharp. On the outside of row 1, driving the 71, Ryan Robinson. Now your second row, starting on the inside out of Rochester, Illinois, the 97A of Austin Odell. Alongside him, Nick Knipper in 55 out of Belleville. Row 3 is Tyler Vanto out of Belleville in car number 32. Brock Hunnell in car number 103. Row 4 is Jason McDougall out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. The outside, Ethan Mitchell out of Mooresville, North Carolina. And rounding out your field out of Cambria, Illinois, the 45 of Tony Lawrence. That's how we'll line them up. 8 laps. This old man to my right with the green flag, that is Lonnie Polly. He is the official starter for Power Eye Racing this 2018 racing season. Once again, that lineup, Carter Slarf on the front row, alongside him, Ryan Robinson. The second row, Austin Odell at 97, Nick Knipper at 55. Row 3, Tyler Vanto in the 32, Brock Hunnell in the 103. Row 4, Jason McDougall in 15, Ethan Mitchell in the 19M, and Tony Lawrence. Here they come, out of turn number 4, looking for Lonnie Polly. He's race number 1. And Tony Lawrence experiencing problems already off the throttle. Number 1, Ryan Robinson is your leader. Down the back straightaway, youngster, 14-year-old out of Mason City, Illinois. As he gets upside down over in turn number 2. As I was saying, Jason McDougall will come across to finish in the 4th spot, and turn ET, making Brock Hunnell come across in the 5th position. Ladies and gentlemen, driving to Keith Koontz, Kerr-Bagajanian Motorsports, Toyota TRD, Abreu Vineyards, Speedway Toyota, Bullet by Spike, number 71, your winner. Put your hands together for the 17-year-old out of Forest Hill, California, Ryan Robinson will be your winner. Carter Schoffer come across in 2nd. Nick Knipper is 3rd. 4th is Jason McDougall. And Brock Hunnell will round out your top 5. Tyler Vanto, Ethan Mitchell,
Austin Odell, Tony Lawrence will round out your field. Here now is your lineup for heat race number 2. Starting on the pole, driving car number 77. It'll be Alex Bright. On the outside, the 72 of Sam Johnson. In the second row, it's the 71K of Tanner Carey out of Lincoln, California. On the outside of the second row, out of Evan, Georgia, this is Anna Parkhurst in car number 36. Row 3, out of Edmond, Oklahoma, driving car number 35. This is Miss Allison Slayton. On the outside, out of Millersville, Missouri, the 51B of Joe B. Miller. And in the fourth and final row, starting on the inside in the 7th starting spot, and in New Berlin, Illinois, will be Jake Newman. And rounding out your field, out of Sacramento, California, the 67K, or the K67, Miss Holly Shelton. Parkhurst firing up the number 36 car. She is a Georgia Peach from Evan, Georgia. Taking her very first Power I or National Midget Race green flag here in this facility. Scheduled to go on the outside of row number 2. One more car to be started. That is the 51B of Joe B. Miller. And he should stay right where he's at, because he's scheduled to go at the outside of row number 3. One to go signal being given to the field. Here's how we'll line them up. Alex Bride at 77, Sam Johnson at 72 at your front row. The second row, Tanner Carey in the 71K, and Anna Parkhurst in car number 36. Row 3 is Allison Slayton in car number 35, Joey Miller in the 51B, and row 4 is Jake Newman in car number 3N, and Holly Shelton in the K67. And here they come, looking for the green flag. Out of turn 1. And to no surprise, Alex Bright. Ladies and gentlemen, driving the Degree Engineering, Bell Racing Helmets, PXP Racewear,
Mopar SR11 Powered Elite Chassis, car number 77 out of Collegeville, Pennsylvania. Give it up for the 26-year-old Alex Bright, your winner. Oh, you folks are a fantastic crowd. Coming across in second, Joe B. Miller in the 51B. Third, in the K67 is Holly Shelton. Fourth, Tanner Carrick in the K71. And rounding out your top five, the 3N of Hello Newman. That would be Jake Newman. Your national lineup for heat race number 3. Here's how we'll line them up. Starting on the inside of row 1 out of Decatur, Illinois. Driving car number 16C to be David Canfield Jr. On the outside, making a long haul from Minnesota. This is Miss Presley Trudson. Now your second row. Also out of Decatur, the 10C of Dalton Canfield. On the outside, out of Philo, Illinois, the 9K of Kyle Should. Row 3, it'll be Joey Worth out of Waterloo, Illinois, the 77W. The outside, Holly Holland out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, in the 14 Junior. And in row 4, it's Devin Canfield in the 86C and Logan Seavey out of Southern California. He is your reigning Power I driving champion, Logan Seavey. And Lonnie Polly furls up the green flag. We go racing next time by. Once again, here's that lineup. The front row, Dave Canfield Jr. in the 16C, Presley Trudson in the 5T. Row 2 is Dalton Canfield in the 10C, Kyle Should in the 9K. Row 3 is Joey Worth in the 77W, Holly Holland in the 14 Junior. And in row 4 is Devin Canfield in the 86C and Logan Seavey in car number 67. Well, one thing about it, Logan Seavey can rack up some points, starting in the 8th position, passing points and finishing points. Looking for the green flag. Here they come. Here we go. Heat race number 3. And taking that early advantage. That is the young lady out of Minnesota, Presley Overseeing already up to third. Logan Seavey out of Southern California in third. Holly Holland racing in fourth. Good battle for fifth. Give it to Joey Worth now. Car number 77W. Ladies and gentlemen, driving the Dom Motorsports, JMS Motorsports, Elliott Farms, Dom Crop Insurance, Toyota TRD, Toyota Powered Eagle. Ladies and gentlemen, her very first heat race win in Power I out of Kennedy, Minnesota. Give it up for Allison Trudson. Man, I love to see first-time winners.
Coming across into the second spot. After starting 8th, he's your top point getter so far, will be the 67 of Logan Seavey. 3rd, Kyle Should in the 9K. 4th, a good run for Holly Holland in car number 14 Junior. 5th goes to the number 77W of Joy Worth. Here now's your lineup for your 4th and final heat race of the night. Starting on the inside of row 1, driving car number 1K out of Springfield, Illinois, Brayton Lynch. On the outside of the front row, driving car number 3B out of Sherman, Illinois, Shelby Boise. Now your second row, starting on the inside, he's the 3-time POWRi Lucas Oil National Driving Champion out of Pocahontas, Illinois. The 5D is Zach Dom. On the outside of row 2, driving car number 35X out of Collegeville, Pennsylvania, Andrew Lacer. Now row 3 on the inside, driving car number 27 out of Paoli, Kansas. He's currently 2nd in POWRi point standings. It'll be Tucker Klossmeyer. Starting 6th on the outside of row number 3, driving car number 7F. He is the 2012 POWRi Lucas Oil National Driving Champ, Andrew Felker. And in the 4th and final row, out of Lincoln, California, driving car number 79, it'll be Blake Carrick. And on the outside, out of Cheyenne, Wyoming, the 56X of Mark Chisholm. Lonnie Polly has furled up the green flag. We go 1 next time by. Here's the lineup. The front row, Brayton Lynch in car number 1K, Shelby Boise into 3B. Row 2, Zach Dom into 5D, Andrew Laser in car number 35X. Row 3, Tucker Klossmeyer in 27, Andrew Felker into 7F. The 4th and final row is Blake Carrick in 79, and Mark Chisholm in car number 56X. Looking for the green this time by. We're on the loud. Zach Dom not happy at all with what took place over in turn number 2. 4 laps are completed. And we'll give the field the one to go signal when they come down in front of us this time. Zach Dom going up, showing his displeasure with Tucker Klossmeyer. 4 laps are completed. Your leader, Brayton Lynch. 2nd, Tucker Klossmeyer. 3rd, Andrew Felker. 4th, Shelby Boise. And racing in 5th now, that is Blake Carrick
That is Tanner's younger brother. He, too, only 14 years old. Here we go. Good start from Tucker Klossmeyer. He will take the lead, but here comes Brayton Lynch right back at him. Good side-by-side wheel-to-wheel racing. Tucker Klossmeyer credited with that. And here comes Andrew Felker now. Andrew Felker, he's up in the second half. Up in the second. He's got the high line. Ladies and gentlemen, driving the Keith Koontz Curb-Agajanian Motorsports. Keith Koontz Motorsports, Toyota TRD, Speedway Toyota, Bullet by Spike chassis, car number 27, your winner out of Paoli, Kansas. Give it up for the 22-year-old Tucker Klossmeyer. Andrew Felker will come across in second. Third, Brayton Lynch. Fourth, the 3B is Shelby Boise. A good run for him. And rounding out your top five will be the 79 of Blake Carey. Well, ladies and gentlemen, did you enjoy the midget portion so far? Let me hear ya. We're ready to go micro sprint racing now. Same format, 4 heats, top 16 transfers to the feature event. Then we'll be running a 10-lap semi-feature where the top 6 will transfer. Here's how we'll line them up. The front row is Kurt Westerfield in 14, Daniel Robinson in 99. Row 2. Brian Paver in the 05, Kaylin Hunt in car number 1. Row 3, it's Clayton Duff in car number 1X, Blake Carrick in car number 37. He's going to have to jump out of that midget into the micro. Row 4, it's Austin Schaefer in car number 71S, Harley Holland in car number 14H, and the 9th starter will be the 7A of Will Armitage. Will Armitage making his first ever Power Eye appearance. So we're giving Blake Carrick, affectionately known as Bob. He likes to be called Bob, just Bob. Bob. Well, 2 big weekends lined up at Gateway Motorsports Park on June the 22nd. The ARCA Racing Series presented by Menards will make a return to Gateway Motorsports Park. That will be on Friday night, June the 22nd, and then on Saturday night, the 23rd. The NASCAR Camping World Truck Series makes a return to Gateway Motorsports Park. And later in the year, the Indy cars are coming back. How many went to the IndyCar race last year at Gateway? Raise your hands. Huh? Did you enjoy it? 40,000 people attended the return of the Verizon IndyCar Series. The good thing was, folks, I know some of you fuss about waiting in line. 40,000 people, it took them exactly 90 minutes to empty all the parking lots. That's not bad. Once again, Curtis Francois. Doing a fantastic job down at the speed plant. If you'd like to purchase tickets for those 2 great weekends, also an IndyCar weekend, you stock car fans, the K&N Stock Car Series will be there. The K&N Fielders will be running on Friday night.
Chris Blair, and Curtis Francois doing a fantastic job at Gateway Motorsports Park. Lights are out. Will Armitage in the beautiful number 7A, electing to start at the back of the pack. Lacking a little bit of experience, so he is elected to start at the back. Looking for the green flag from Lonnie Polly out of Kansas City. Looking them over, and the Freeman machines come to life. And the yellow will come back on. Yellow did not like to start. Kurt Westerfield, your pole setter, spinning it down to the bottom of turn number 2. So guess what? He'll go to the back of the pack for the restart. So everybody from the front row back will be crisscrossed. And Kurt Westerfield stopping the bottom of turn number 1, letting the field go by. So the rest of the field will be crisscrossed for the start. All right, we'll try it a second time now. Daniel Robinson, Brian Paver up on the front row. Clearing out those injectors. Here we go. And it's race time. Race number 1 for the Power Eye Speedway Motors 600cc Outlaw Micros. Daniel Robinson, number 99. He will lead lap number 1. And here comes that beautiful 71S Austin Schaefer. Austin started in the 7th position. He's already got 5 spots just in the drop of the green. He is up to 2nd, and he's going to start putting the pressure now on the Wayne City, Illinois driver, Daniel Robinson. Little nudge on the bumper, and we got a new leader. Austin Schaefer now will take the lead, 2 laps to the high side, going into turn number 3. Austin Schaefer is your new leader now. Daniel Robinson riding in 2nd. Racing in 3rd. And it's Blake Perry. Blake having a good run. Started in 6th, he's up to 3rd in car number 37. run. Caitlin Hunt comes across in fifth.
Ladies and gentlemen, driving the EMI Speed Shack Performance Sure Bill Suspensions, Suzuki powered. Stallard chassis, car number 71S, your winner out of Columbia, Missouri, Austin Schaefer. Here now's your lineup for heat race number 2. Starting on the pole, driving car number 3G, it's Garrett Williamson. On the outside, the 42B of Andy Bishop. Now row 2, it's Jackson Frisbee in car number 38, Chad Elliott in the 65E. Row 3 is Trevin Littleton in the 44L. On the outside, Miss Carly Gress in car number 12C. Row 4 is Joby Miller in the 51B, Ryan Mueller in the 33M, and Garrett Duff in car number 4 will round out the field in the 9th starting position. Yellow lights are turned off. We go racing when they exit turn number 4 this time. Garrett Williamson in the 3G, Andy Bishop. Jackson Frisbee in the 38, Chad Elliott in the 65E. Trevin Littleton in the 44L, Carly Gress in the 12C, Joby Miller in the 51B, Ryan Mueller in 33, and Garrett Duff. They come down, they get the green flag, and there we go. And it looks like that one is waved off. Jason McCord did not like the way they come out of turn number 4, so we'll line them up. We'll try it a second time now. Andy Bishop, a second-generation driver. His father, Todd Bishop, has raced many, many laps in sprint cars right here at Jacksonville Speedway. Back in the 80s, early 90s. Here they come. We'll try it one more time. Side by side as they battle for the lead over in turn number 2. Give the advantage by a half a car length down to Andy Bishop. The high side paying dividends. Way up high. He will go for the lead all the way back to 5th. The leader, Garrett Williamson, turn number 3B. Chad Elliott, turn number 65. Garrett Williamson continues to lead the way in car number 3G. White flag is out. We got one lap to go. And look at the battle we got up front. 3 cars all battling for the win. Bishop will run off the turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Side by side, here they come to the stripe. Side by side, we're going to the transponders for that finish. Folks, they were side by side when they come to the stripe. And we'll wait and
get the official results. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you can't get much closer than that. Your winner of heat race number 2, driving car number 3G by 29 one-thousandths of a second. Your winner, the 3G of Garrett Williamson. Second goes to the 42B of Andy Bishop. Third, the 65E of Chad Elliott. Fourth, Joby Miller in the 51B. And coming across in fifth will be the 38 of Jackson Frisbee. Here now's your lineup for heat race number 3. On the front row is Eli Harris in car number 14E, Luke Verardi in 28. Row 2 is Drake Turner in car number 72, Michael Bustamante in car number M2. Row 3, it's Emerson Axum in car number 42, Aaron Andruskevich in car number 21. Row 4, it's Gunnar Ramey in car number 28, Michael Brummett in car number 18X, and Jeremy Camp will round out the field in row 5 by himself. Lights are turned off. We go racing. When they come out of turn number 4, Eli Harris. Eli's a coming. On the loud pedal, green flag flies, and here we go. Luke Verardi out of Taylorville, Illinois. He likes the high side. He will lead him down the back straightaway. 2 turns, 3 and 4. It's Luke Verardi. He will lead lap number 1. Eli Harris riding in the second position. Third. Smoke coming out of turn number 2. Aaron Andruskevich was racing in the top 10, and we see a lot of smoke and steam coming from the engine of car number 21. He is giving indication that he needs to be pushed. And the GMS sponsored car number 21 done. Being pushed into the infield. Well, a tough break for the Riverton, Illinois driver, Aaron Andruskevich. Yellow lights are turned off. Luke Verardi is your leader. Eli Harris riding in second. Third, the 42 of Emerson Axum. Racing in fourth now, Michael Bustamante in car number M2. And rounding out your top 5, Jeremy Camp in car number 23. Jeremy has moved up. Fourth spot. He's now up to fifth. And he might not be done. Good battle for the second spot. Moving up and taking that spot is Emerson Axum. Emerson Axum now up to position number 2. Eli Harris dropping back to second. Here comes Jeremy Camp now. Jeremy Camp. I might be sprint driving champion. Some evasive action by Gunnar Ramey that time. Gunnar Ramey now up into position number 5. 6 laps are now completed. Luke Verardi looking for the white flag this time by. And there it is. White flag is out. One more time around. 28 of Verardi. And ladies and gentlemen, here comes your winner of heat race number 3. Luke Verardi will win it. Coming across his second. 42 of Emerson Axum. Third, Jeremy Camp. Fourth, Ladies and gentlemen, driving the Springfield Pepsi, Farm Trust Incorporated, Variety Construction, car number 28, makes a noise for your winner of heat race number 3 out of Taylorville, Illinois, Luke Variety. Here now is your lineup for heat race number 4. Starting on the pole, driving car number 81, from right here in Jacksonville, Greg Northrup. On the outside, the 52 of Jason Harms. Row 2 is Gabe Variety in car number 8, Charlie Keevan in car number 55. Row 3, Jordan Howell. He'll be starting in the 5th spot in car number 3J. On the outside, Zach Taylor in the 44T. Row 4 is Tyler Duff in the 9T, Riley Goodnow in car number 11, and rounding out your field, Sam Johnson in car number 81. Yellow lights will be turned off. We should go racing this time by. Greg Northrup. Jason Harm brings the field out of 4. Green flag flies. Here we go. And it's Baby Bumper racing Jason Harms with the advantage down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Jason Harms taking the early advantage. Greg Northrup will ride in second as the yellow flag will fly. Yellow coming out for the Washington, Indiana driver, the 44T of Zach Taylor. Zach Taylor with the brand new built Bailey chassis. He drives the Bailey chassis house car now. One lap is completed. One lap is down, 7 to go in this. Your leader, Jason Harms, in car number 52. Greg Northrup riding in second. Gabe Variety in third. Racing in fourth, Charlie Keevan. And fifth now, that is the 3J of Jordan Howell. That is Mr. and Mrs. Howell's set. Looking for the green flag as time by. Out of turn 4, we hear the noise. Here comes Jason Harms. Green flag flies in the first round. Jason Harms out of Riverton, Illinois. Walt Jackson down on Greg Northrup. Car number 81. Good battle now. 4 and 5. 3 wide as they race for third. Here comes Tyler Goodnow. He gets him third. Last time by, the number 11 car was fifth, and now he's third. Passing 2 cars out of turn number 4. 4 laps are completed. 4 laps to go. Still Jason Harms out in front. Greg Northrup riding in second. Riding in third. Zach Taylor up to 4th now and racing in 5th. That is Jordan Howell out of the 3J. 6 laps are down. It's all Jason Harms out in front now. White flag is out. We got 1 lap to go for racing Jason. Baby Bumper Harms. Moving down the back straightaway. Fourth, and the winner of heat race number 4 will be Jason Harms. Second goes to Riley Goodnow. Up to third. Fourth goes to the 81 of Greg Northrup. And coming across in the 5th spot will be the 9T of Tyler Duff. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a big round of applause. Your winner, Jason Harms in 52. A good run for Riley Goodnow. He was the top point getter in that heat. He started in 8th. He finished in 2nd. So, well, that didn't take long. Did you enjoy the micro sprints, huh? Let me hear you, folks. And here's Brian with some 305 sprint car action.
Here we go, folks, getting things ready for the first of two heat races here tonight in our 305 sprint, second 305 sprint action here at Jacksonville Speedway of the season. Hank's taking a quick run on the water truck around. We'll tell you about everyone coming out here in heat number one. Starting up front in row number one on the inside, Racer X is going to be Robbie Standridge. On the outside, row number one, the 13 of Braden Gaylord. From Decatur, Illinois, starting in the inside of row number two is the 32 of Jeff Tuxhorn. On the outside, the 13-year-old from New Berlin, Illinois, in row number two, the 11C of Racing Mason Campbell. Max Posgay is going to be the 7X on the outside of row number three from Lincoln, Illinois, the 2017 305 Sprint Series champion here at Jacksonville. Travis Howard on the 63 is going to be starting on the inside of row four. Eric Shelton from Decatur, Illinois, in the 70, electing to start in the back for this heat. Heat number one of two here at Jacksonville tonight for the 305 sprints. UMP Street Stocks, you will be on deck shortly after we get through the second heat. Once again, going down your rundown here for heat number one, Standridge and Gaylord in row number one, Tuxhorn and Campbell in row number two, Posgay in row number three, Howard and Shelton in row number four. Thanks to some of our help here, South Jacksonville Fire Department, along with Lifestar Paramedic Ambulance Unit here tonight, always keeping us safe all season long at the Jacksonville Speedway. As we get ready for our local circuit here tonight, great run by all the Power Eye guys. Hope you had a lot of fun watching that, folks. You'll be back for more feature action and B-mains here later tonight. That is going to be a treat. Solid field here to start heat number one of our two heats tonight in the 305 sprints as we get ready to go. Once again, this includes Max Posgay, our 2017 series champion. Robbie Standridge was here last week, had a real solid run along with Jeff Tuxhorn and more. We'll see how they all play out here as we get ready for the first heat. Yellow flag comes down. We'll be going green here in just a second, folks. Hold on to your seats here at Jacksonville Speedway. Here we go. Cheer them on, the 305 sprints, as we come around one more time before checking. Alan Motley turns off the yellows on the corners. We'll go checkered flag here to start things off in the 305 sprints. Here we go, folks. Cheer on the drivers as we come around to the backstretch and get ready to go here at Jacksonville Speedway. Checkered flag is out for 305. Heat number one. Jeff Tuxhorn holds on to a big lead coming around the first stretch. He is followed by the number 8. The 13 of Brendan Gaylord, followed by the 63 of Travis Howard and the 11C of Racing Mason Campbell. Posgay and Shelton round out the field as we get around the first lap. Coming back around to the front stretch, here we go. It's the 13. The 13 of Gaylord is taking the lead now over the 32 of Tuxhorn, followed by Campbell, the 63 of Howard. Posgay and Shelton round out the field. We got to spin around over on turn number 4. That's Racing Mason Campbell in the 11C out of New Berlin, Illinois. The 13-year-old spins around on turn number 4. We'll take care of him as we go caution here in the first heat of 305 sprints. Three laps down, say our ladies here at the scoring table as we get the field reset. Once again, yellow flag out for the 11C of Mason Campbell over in turn number 4 as the field comes back around. 3 laps down here in heat number 1 of the 305 sprints. Pushes back around, goes through the center of the track, and rejoins the field as they come around turn number 2 onto the back stretch. Yellow flag still out as we get reset. The 13 of Braden Gaylord up front, followed by the 32 of Jeff Tuxhorn. The 7X of Max Posgay in third, and the 63 of Travis Howard, your top 4 of 6 right now here in heat number 1. Yellow lights are down as we come around the back stretch here. And here we go. Green flag one more time. Posgay trying to get the slide around under the underneath of the 32 of Tuxhorn as he goes down the back stretch, and he gets under him on turn number 3. He's got some room to go to get Gaylord. Gaylord has a magic lead on around turn number 2, followed by Posgay, the 32 of Tuxhorn. Spin around over on turn number 4. Once again is going to be what appears to be the 70 of Eric Shelton out of Decatur, Illinois. Gets spun around over on turn 4 as we go yellow one more time. Heat number 2, 305's up next. First heat for UMP Street Stocks. You are on deck back in the staging area. Gaylord, Posgay, Tuxhorn, Howard, Campbell, and Shelton. Your running order right now here in heat number 1 as they come around to the back stretch into the final 2 turns and come back around to you on the grandstand side. Here we go. Back to green at Jacksonville. Campbell gets spun around on his own accord there in turn number 1 as the field turns around. And we go yellow over here on turn number 1. Campbell got spun around on his own power over on the restarters. We go yellow one more time here in the first heat. The 13-year-old out of New Berlin, Illinois. Had a nice run last week, having a little bit of trouble here as he gets in the first heat, but we'll see if he can fix things up as we get back to the feature later on tonight. Max Posgay hot on the tail of the 13 of Braden Gaylord. Let's see how they play out as we go back to green. Gaylord gets a huge jump around turn 2, and Posgay's got some room to make up as we go back to the back stretch. The 32 is going to spin around just a little bit. That's Jeff Tuxhorn over on turn number 4. Out of Decatur, Illinois, he spins around on turn 4, and we go yellow one more time. Tuxhorn trying to play catch-up with Posgay and Gaylord over on the back 2 turns, and he spins around over at turn number 4 as we're yellow one more time here in heat number 1. Once again, a reminder, gang, we need you to step back away from those fences if you're on the turns, back on those fences. Please make your way back to the grandstand seating areas or the bleacher seating areas on the back stretch, but we need you to step away from those fence areas, please. As we are checking out the 32 of Jeff Tuxhorn out of Decatur, Illinois, over on turn number 4. Yellow lights turned off. We go back to green one more time in the first team of 305 here at Jacksonville Speedway. Gaylord, Posgay, your first two up front, followed by the 63 of Travis Howard. Shelton trying to fight off the 32 of Jeff Tuxhorn for 45th as we come around to the front stretch. Gaylord comes around turn 4 as he leads the field, coming around the grandstand side, followed by Posgay, the 7X and the 63 of Travis Howard. Your top 3 to 5 here in 8 and 12, followed by the 32 of Jeff Tuxhorn and the 70 of Eric Shelton, both out of Decatur, Illinois. White flag is out as Gaylord has a big lead going around to turn number 2, followed by Posgay. White flag out here in heat number 1. Checkered flag in heat number 1 is going to go to the 13 of Brandon Gaylord. Max Posgay in the 7X will take second place. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of heat number 1 and the 13. Let's hear it for Braden Gaylord. Max Posgay will take second place in the 7X, followed by the 63 of Travis Howard. The 32 of Jeff Tuxhorn takes home 4th, and the 70 of Eric Shelton finishes 5th. As he spun around over on turn 4, we take a look at him. Heat number 2 coming up, ladies and gentlemen, for your 305 sprint. Second of 2 heats tonight. UMP Street Stocks, you are ready for staging. Street Stocks, we are ready for you in the staging area, please. Let's introduce you to the field for heat number 2 from Springfield, Illinois. The 4, last week's winner of the 305 sprint feature, ladies and gentlemen, Bailey Goldsberry. On the outside of row number 1 in the 97, this is Austin Odell. Starting on the inside of row number 2 in the 5W, ladies and gentlemen, Caleb Wankel. On the outside of row number 2 in the 57, put your hands together for Terry Babb. From New Berlin, Illinois, in the 007 Secret Agent, the Brady Barker. And on the outside of row number 3, third place finisher at Lincoln 2 weeks ago from Pawnee, Illinois, in the 9T, Mr. Dylan Tuxhorn. Heat number 2 of 2 in the 305 sprints coming up for you, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed the first run. This is going to be a lot of fun as well. UMP, Street Stocks, you need to be in staging now. Street Stocks, make your way to staging. Everybody doing a great job here on the infield side tonight, along with Jacksonville, South Jacksonville Fire Department and Lifestar Paramedic Unit Ambulance here, keeping us all safe. Hope you are enjoying all of the fun here at the Jacksonville Speedway. A great crowd here on hand tonight. Once again, your running field, row 1, Goldsberry and Odell, Wonkel and Babb in row 2, Barker and Tuxhorn on row 3 as we come around the front stretch one more time. Alan Motley turns off the yellows, will go green here on the next go round. Here we go, green flag for heat number 2. Goldsberry gets one from the backside from Odell as they go around turn number 2, but she holds on and goes around to the backstretch here. It's Goldsberry, Odell, the 57 of Badger. First lap in review on the grandstand side, followed by Wonkel, the 007 of Parker, and the 9T of Dylan Tuxhorn. More collision here, turn number 4. Odell in the 57 of Babb, and Babb's going to slide around to the other side, and he's going to take second place, but Odell gets him right back. As we go yellow, we've got collision over in turn number 3 and 4. That's going to be the 5W of Caleb Wonkel and the 9T of Dylan Tuxhorn. Caught right there in turns 3 and 4. Cruz taking a look over on turns 3 and 4, trying to get those two cars separated. As we're under yellow here in heat number 2 of 2. Plenty of race action to go here tonight, folks, after we get through all the heats. B-Main for the Power High Series. Features coming up later tonight for the UMP Street Stocks and our 305 Sprints and a whole bunch of more fun. Stick around, folks. Don't go anywhere. If you do have to go anywhere, stop by that concession stand, grab something cold to drink, grab something hot to eat, and get back to your seat because it's going to be a wild finish here tonight at Jacksonville. Thanks to some of our wonderful sponsors as we're under yellow, JB Hawks, Discount Tobacco and Vape, Busch Light, right here in the Jacksonville distribution area, Cisco, Jacksonville Auto Mart, E-Bolt, and a whole bunch more that we'll tell you about throughout the night and season, ladies and gentlemen. Without those sponsors, it's tough for us to be here. We always encourage you patronize those sponsors. Tell them thanks for their patronage of Jacksonville Speedway. And, of course, shop local whenever you can. Tuxhorn gets pulled into the infield. Wonkel's going to take a trip back to the pits here in front of you on the grandstand side as our race leaders come back front. Goldsberry, the 97 of Odell, the 57 of Terry Babb, and the 007 of Brady Barker. Yellow flags down, and we go back to green here in heat number 2 for our 305 sprints. Spin around over on turn 2. That's the 57 of Terry Babb. He was trying to get underneath Austin Odell, and we're back to yellow here one more time. Babb tried to get underneath Odell on turn number 2. Couldn't hold on, and the car spun around real quick, and we're back to yellow just as quick as we went back to green. Started the heat with 6. We've got 4 on the track right now, folks, as we're under caution as the 57 of Terry Babb getting restarted over here in turn number 2, back onto the back stretch, and here he goes. One more time around, and we'll give green a go again here in the 305 sprint, heat number 2 of 2 tonight at the Jacksonville Speedway. Goldsberry trying to hold on. She won last week's heat she was in, won the feature as well, trying to keep the roll going here tonight. Austin Odell trying to give her a run for the money. He's in the 97. Followed by the 007 of Brady Barker and the 57 of Bab. As we go back to green one more time. Bab spins around Barker as Barker gets caught on the underneath. He's still trying to make a play on that low line and not going to get very far as Goldsberry, Odell, Bab, and Barker. Your forward running order as we come back around to turn number 2. Odell trying to slide underneath on Goldsberry. Can't hold on as going to turn number 4, but it is neck and neck as we come back in front of you on the front stretch. Odell trying to make a play. Goldsberry holding on. Terry Babb trying to make a run on the high line too. Babb's going to come underneath Odell. Hey, Babb, hold on in turn number 4. No, he can't. And we are all caught up here on the grandstand side. Goldsberry and Odell neck and neck, followed closely by Babb. Oh, and we've got action all over the place. Odell goes on top of Goldsberry in turn number 2, and we've got yellow. It has been high theater between Bailey Goldsberry and Austin Odell the entire heat. Odell tried to get around Goldsberry on the low side, got caught up on the car and rolled over. Cruz checking things out over in 1 and 2. Five down, 5 to go here at heat number 2 as we are checking out the 97 of Austin Odell over in turn number 2, along with Bailey Goldsberry over in the 4. Lifestar paramedic unit checking things out. Word is that Austin Odell is good in the 97. A round of applause for him as they get rolled back over. Good news to hear as that was quite a collision over in turn number 2 between he and Goldsberry. Taking a look at the 4 of Goldsberry as well over in turn number 2 and giving her a push here into the infield. Some damage to the front end of Goldsberry as Odell got on top of her in the front side here on turn number 2, but it looks like we're going to get reset here. Sooner than later, we'll get you back to green. UMP Street Stocks will be up next, folks. Don't go anywhere. Once again, 5 laps down, 5 to go here in heat number 2 of 2 for the 305 sprints. The 97 of Austin Odell gets going, and he's going to come back around and join Terry Babb in the 57, 007. Brady Barker on the backside as we'll try to get back to green here one more time. We started with 6, we got to 4, and now we've got 3 cars left on the track here in heat number 2. And here we go one more time. Green flag, 5 laps to go in heat number 2. Terry Babb gets a big jump on Barker and Odell. Odell trying to swing around on the low side here in 3 and 4. Trying to get underneath Barker, but he can't get it done. Might get it done in here in the turn number 1. Still can't get past Barker, but Babb is getting a big lead here as he comes around the back 2 turns in front of us here on the grandstand side. Terry Babb in the lead right now, followed by the 007 of Brady Barker and the 97 Austin Odell. Barker and Odell slugging it out for second and third right now in the heat, seeing what they can make happen as they try to get placement for the feature later tonight. But Terry Babb has a big lead coming around on the backstretch. Barker and Odell going back and forth like a heavyweight fight, trying to get that placement for the feature, and we're coming down to the white flag. White flag is out for Terry Babb at the 57. White flag and checker flag for Terry Babb in the 57 for heat number 2. Second place is going to go to Brady Barker in the 007, and the 97 of Austin Odell takes third. Ladies and gentlemen, your champion for heat number 2 in the 57, Terry Babb. Once again, your rundown for heat number 2, Babb, Barker, and Odell, your top 3 finishers in heat number 2. Hold on just a second, Street Stocks. We've got some things we need to tend to in the crowd. Let the paramedics get through and do their job, folks, and we'll get through this swiftly, hopefully. Once again, always happy to have Lifestar Paramedic Unit Ambulance here on site with us every week, folks, and this is why they're here. Let's have a nice hand, folks. Getting things taken care of. Once again, Lifestar Paramedic Unit Ambulance here helping us out every week at the Jacksonville Speedway. We'll get going here in just a second, folks, with the UMP Street Stock class. Hold on to your seats. Don't go too far. We'll get going in just a second. 2 heats on the slate here for the UMP Street Stocks tonight. Once again, always happy to have all of our emergency personnel, South Jacksonville, Jacksonville Fire Departments, and of course that Lifestar Paramedic Unit Ambulance. So hold on tight, folks. We'll have the backup ambulance here in just a couple of minutes. Just about here, folks. So hold on and we'll get ready for the street stock class in just a second. You've got just a minute, folks. Go grab something hot to eat, cold drink out of that concession stand. Want to remind you, if you're loving the Power Eye Series, they'll be at Macon Speedway tomorrow night. Go visit our good friends at Macon. Jim and the gang will all be there for the Power Eye Series, and a whole bunch more. Racing starts at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Next weekend, we've got the week off here at the Speedway, but we invite you to head down to Pike County to Pittsfield, Illinois. The racer reunion for the Pittsfield Speedway, in operation from 1954 to 1970. Memorabilia, vintage car displays, and a whole bunch more will be on hand at the Pittsfield Speedway. So hold on, folks. We'll be here just a minute. New ambulance will be here as a backup, and we'll get ready to go back to racing in just a second. But again, we remind you, Pittsfield Speedway next weekend. The racer reunion, that's going to be at Bowler's Universe, folks, all the way on the west side of Pittsfield. Just when you think you've reached the end of Pittsfield, keep on going, and you'll make your way to Bowler's Universe. Starts at 10 a.m. And they'll keep going till late in the evening. I'm sure will be a bunch of fun stories to tell from the Pittsfield Speedway. Once again, folks, we're told the backup ambulance will be here in just a minute, so we'll get back to Green Flag Racing. UMP Street Stocks coming up here next. 2 heats on the sheet. We'll get 2 heats on the track and get our winners and qualifiers for the feature later on tonight. Ambulance is making their way on site, folks, so we're going to go ahead and bring them on. Let's meet our drivers for heat number 1 in tonight's dirt car UMP Street Stock class. Starting on the inside of row number 1 from Jacksonville, Illinois, ladies and gentlemen, Rudy Zaragoza. On the outside of row number 1 from Concord in the 47 is going to be John Jackson. From Bodie, Illinois, in the Z23, ladies and gentlemen, on the inside of row number 2, Sean Ziemer. From Jacksonville, Illinois, on the outside of row number 2, the outside of row number 2 is the 72C of Chet Peak. Row number 3 on the inside from Jacksonville, the 79 is going to be Mr. John Preston. And on the outside of row number 3 from Monticello, the 22 of Daryl Dick. Six on the sheet, we'll get 6 on the track, get them lined up and get ready to go here at heat number 1 of 2 for our street stock class tonight. Once again, your running order: row number 1, Zaragoza and Jackson; row number 2, Ziemer and Peak; Preston and Dick in row number 3. Alan Motley turns off the yellows. Next time around will be green flag at heat number 1 for our UMP street stocks tonight. 8 laps for heat number 1, 8 laps for heat number 2 as we come around to turns 3 and 4. Here we go, folks. Get ready for more green flag racing here at the Jacksonville Speedway. Whoa, spin around on turn number 2. That's going to be the 23 of Sean Ziemer as he gets spun around on the inside of turn number 2, and we go to yellow immediately. The 22 of Daryl Dick gets spun around on the outside of turn number 2 as well. We go to yellow as Dick and Ziemer get spun around in turn number 2 on the first lap. We'll give it all one more try again. The 22 of Daryl Dick from Monticello, Illinois on the inside, now on the infield here as we're still under yellow. But we'll get back to green here as we come around on turns 3 and 4 one more time. Here we go, green flag at Jacksonville Speedway. Zaragoza leads the field as we come back around on the front stretch, followed by the 47 of John Jackson and the 23 of Sean Ziemer. The 72 of Chet Peak and the 79 of John Preston round out the field of 5 as we come back around in front of you on the grandstand side. Oh, more collisions in turn number 4. The 47 of John Jackson and the 72 of Chet Peak collide on turn number 4, and we're back to yellow again. John Jackson out of Concord, Illinois, got spun around. He gets back in line, and we'll get back to green sooner than later once again, folks. A lot of touch and feeling right now here in heat number 2 of the UMP Street Stocks. Zaragoza leads the field, and we're back to green one more time in heat number 1. Zaragoza, Ziemer, the 72 of Chet Peak, the first 3 of 5 here in heat number 2, followed by the 79 of John Preston and the 47 of John Jackson as they come back around to the backside. Zaragoza spins around just a little bit into turn 3. Can he hold on for the lead as we come to the front stretch? He can. Seamer right on his tail low on the 23, followed by the 72 of Chet Peak as they come back around on the back stretch. John Preston and John Jackson slugging it out for 4th and 5th on the backside, and we're back to our race leader. Zaragoza comes around to the front one more time. He's followed by Seamer, not giving him any breathing room at all as they come to turns 1 and 2. Chet Peak trying to close the gap. He's back in 3rd on the backstretch, followed by the 47 of John Jackson and the 79 of Preston. Whoa, a spin around on turn number 3. That's the 67 on Zaragoza. Zaragoza and Seamer have been slapping hands the whole heat, folks, and Zaragoza got spun around over on turn number 4. Rudy Zaragoza got spun around on turn number 4 as we get the field reset. We're under yellow one more time here in heat number 1. Sean Seamer leads your field coming around on the backstretch, followed by the 72 of Chet Peak and the 47 of John Jackson, the first 3 of 5. And we're back to green one more time in heat number 1. Zaragoza trying to make up lost time real fast. He gets around Preston and gets back to 4th place. He's still got a lot of room, though, to get back to this race leader, Sean Seamer out of Bodie, Illinois in the C23. He's followed by Chet Peak in the front side of the 72 and the 47 of John Jackson. Zaragoza trying to get around for 3rd. Can't hold on quite yet. Preston behind the rest of the field in 5th in the 79. Seamer comes around in turn 4. He's going to be your race leader as we bring out the white flag. 1 lap to go here in heat number 1. Peak comes around in 2nd, followed by Zaragoza in 3rd. Oh, and we've got another spin around on turn 4. John Jackson spins around one more time. And turn number 4, Jackson out of Concord, Illinois, gets spun around. And we've got a fire underneath in the 47 of John Jackson over on turn number 4. Fire crews making their way over to check that out. Yellow flag out one more time. We got the white flag out, but we'll do it all again. John Jackson makes his way back to the pits in the 47. Tough break for John as we get around to the end here of heat number 1. One more heat of UMP Street Stocks coming up after this, folks. Don't go anywhere. Here we go, guys. White flag one more time in heat number 1. Seamer leads the field. Chet Peak and Zaragoza trying to get around him on the second side. Peak holding him off for 2nd place, but Seamer's got a nice lead as we come around to the back 2 turns. Zaragoza trying to spin underneath Peak. Can't get it done on the low side. Your checkered flag is under the 23C of Sean Seamer. Chet Peak's going to hold on for 2nd in the 72C. Zaragoza will take 3rd in the 67R, and John Preston takes home 4th in the 79 for heat number 1. A wild heat number 1, a lot of bump and run in these street stocks. Heat number 2 coming up, though, folks. Don't go anywhere just yet. What a win for Scott Seamer in the C23. A great run as he held off some tough competition. Here we go, heat number 2 of your UMP Street Stocks. Let's introduce you to the field. On the inside, row number 1 out of Jacksonville, Illinois. Ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy Miller. On the outside of the black 34X, ladies and gentlemen, Cletus Coates. On the inside of row number 2 in the 17B is going to be Braden Bilger. From Chapin, Illinois, in row number 2 on the outside, the 23 will be Thomas Angelo. And from Concord, Illinois, rounding out the field of 5 in row number 3, the 89 of Mike Jackson. Miller, Coates on the row number 1, Bilger and Angelo in row number 2, Jackson in row number 3 as we get reset one more time here. Heat number 2 of 2 for the UMP Street Stocks. Here we go, green flag at Jacksonville Speedway. Mike Jackson making a big run, trying to at least as he comes around. He's going to move up from 5th to 3rd here on the first lap. And he is trying to make a big run at the race leader. That's the 2 of Jimmy Miller as we get around the first lap. He's followed by the 17B of Braden Bilger. And here comes Jackson trying to swing around one more time in row number 3. Can't get it done on the low side. He's going to come around to the front stretch, and the 2 of Miller still leads. Jackson trying to swing around on that low line. Can't get very far. There he is now. He's moved from 5th to 3rd so far in the heat. He's followed up by the 34X of Cletus Coates and the 23 of Thomas Angelo from Chapin, Illinois. Spin around on 3 and 4. Spin around on 3 and 4 as we'll go to yellow. That's going to be the 34X of Cletus Coates. He spins around on his own accord, trying to get around Angelo in the 23, and they both take a turn. Yellow flag came out one time for the 34X of Cletus Coates and Thomas Angelo, both getting spun around over in turn 4 as we reset the race field here at heat number 2. Jacksonville's Jimmy Miller leads the field as we come around in caution. Coming around in the back stretch, the big story right now and here in heat number 2, the 89 of Mike Jackson quickly moved up from 5th to 3rd. He's trying to get a beat on these race leaders, but hasn't been able to make the turn on the low side quite yet. A little bump and run as we get into turn 4, and we're back to green here in heat number 2. Jackson trying to get around to the bottom side. He still can't hold on, but making a play. Keep an eye on the 89 as he's trying to make a run at this race leader, Jimmy Miller. Miller and Bilger go on the high side. Jackson tries to go low. This is a lot of fun right now in heat number 2 with our front 3 trying to make the play to keep the lead. They're followed up by Coates and Angelo in 4th and 5th, but on the back stretch, it's Miller and Jackson slugging it out 1-2, 1-2 as they go around to the back turns. The 17 of Braden Bilger follows them up. The orange and white express of the 17B as they come back around to you on the front side, followed up by Coates and Angelo. What fun this is right now in heat number 2. Jackson trying to get the low side as Miller went high, but Jackson slows. Couldn't hold on to the dirt. He's going to still hold on to second place. Miller holds on to the lead as we come around back in the front stretch. Miller trying to hold on. He is getting a tough show for Mike Jackson in the 89. The 17B of Braden Bilger looking good, trying to hold on to that 3rd spot. White flag is out. We're pumping and running 3 wide here in heat number 2. Miller trying to hold off Mike Jackson and Braden Bilger. Can he do it as we come around to the backside? Coates and Angelo rounding back up here in turn number 2. Checkered flag coming out. Who's it going to be? Checkered flag is going to be for the 17B of Braden Bilger. Braden Bilger grabs the win, holding him off right at the very end, folks. What a fun heat that was between Bilger, Miller, and Mike Jackson. Oh me, oh my. Put your hands together for Bilger. He earned that one, folks. An exciting heat number 2. Jimmy Miller held on to the lead most of the run, couldn't hold it right in the very last 2 turns. Mike Jackson's going to take 3rd in the heat after a big push from 5th to 3rd immediately. Couldn't get back in and grab the dirt on those race leaders. Ladies and gentlemen, did you enjoy your 305 sprints and UMP street stocks? Let's hear it for them. That was some exciting racing. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about ready for Power Eye Midgets. Let's turn it back over to Mr. Jim Childers.
Thank you, Brian Shoemaker. Here now is your lineup for the 12-lap semi. Remember, only the top 6 will transfer in. Here's how we'll line them up on the front row. Is Tanner Carrick in car number 71K. Alongside him on the outside is Brock Hunnell in car number 103. In row 3, starting on the row 2 rather, on the inside is the 3B of Shelby Boise. On the outside, Mark Chisholm in car number 56X. Now row 3 is Joey Worth on the inside in car number 77W. Tyler Vanto on the outside in car 30T. Row 4, it's Ethan Mitchell in car number 19M. Dalton Canfield in car number 10C. Row 5, it's Sam Johnson in car number 72. Allison Slayton in car number 35. Row 6, wow. Starting 11th, Zach Dahm in car number 5D. On the outside, the 16C of Dave Canfield Jr. Row 7, it's Hannah Parkhurst, in car number 36. On the outside, Andrew Lacer, in car number 35X. Row 8 is Tony Lawrence in 45, Austin Odell in the 37A, and rounding out your field, the 86C of Devin Canfield. Well, this will be the final chance, It looks like 3 cars unable to make the call. The 35X of Andrew Lacer, the 45 of Tony Lawrence, and I think the 16C of Dave Canfield Jr. So those 3 cars unable to make the call. Great crowd here at Jacksonville Speedway, Jacksonville, Illinois. You know, the capital might be about 40 miles east of here, but this is the capital of short track racing, Jacksonville Speedway. Well, Brock Hunnell scheduled to start at the outside of the front row in the second starting spot. He's got his spot. Now we're waiting on Tanner Carey. How quickly things can change in our sport. Actually, the other car that did not make the call was the 86C, not the 16C. So Devin Canfield, with some problems, unable to make the call for tonight's semi-feature. 12 laps of racing only. The top 3 will continue the race. Here's the lineup. The front row, Tanner Carrick in 71K, Brock Hunnell in the 103. Row 2, Shelby Boise in the 3B, Mark Chisholm in the 56X. Row 3, it's Joey Worth in the 77W, Tyler Vanto in the 30T. Row 4 is Ethan Mitchell in car number 19M, Dalton Canfield in the 10C. Row 5, Sam Johnson in 72, Allison Slayton in car number 35. Row 6, Zach Dahm in the 5D, Dave Canfield Jr. in car number 16C. Row 7, Anana Parkhurst in the 36, Andrew Laser in car number 35X. Here they come out of turn number 4. Green flag flies, and it's semi-race time. 12 laps of racing. Only the top 3 will continue to race. And it's going to be the 71K Tanner Carey. He will lead lap number 1. Brock Hunnell riding in the second position. Racing in third is Shelby Boyson, but here comes Mark Chesson now. He pulls up alongside, challenging for that third position. Riding in fifth, that is Tyler Manto, and right now is Joey Worth in the magic spot of 6th. The final transfer. Big advantage right now for Tanner Carey. Car number 71K. Brock Hunnell still holding down the second position. Shelby Boise up to third.
Tyler Vanto rides in fourth. Fifth is the 56X of Mark Chisholm. And right now it is the 77W of Joey Worth riding in the rocking chair, the final transfer position. South looking for that position out. That is the 10C of Dalton Canfield. He currently rides in seventh. Good battle for fifth, sixth, and seventh down the back straightaway. Shelby Boise now fighting off rookie and national midgets. That is the 30T of Tyler Vanto. They might have touched wheels a little bit. That battle is for the third and fourth positions. Give the third spot now to the 30T of Tyler Vanto. Zach Dobb finally untracking himself. He's trying to move up through the field. 10 laps are down. 2 to go. White is out for Tanner Herrick now. And it's going to be Tanner Herrick taking the win. Brock Hunnell coming across in second. Here's the battle for third. Give it to Tyler Vanto. Ladies and gentlemen, driving the Keith Coons Curb Agajanian Motorsports CVC contract, C-Mix, Speedway Toyota powered, Bullet by Spike chassis, your winner of tonight's semi. Give it up for the 16-year-old Tanner Herrick. And we'll run up here and get the result from Miss Lindsay. Here's top 6 finishes. Tanner Herrick will get the win. Brock Hunnell finishes in second. Third is Tyler Vanto. Fourth, Zach Dom. Fifth, Shelby Boise and Joy Worth. Those 6 cars will now make it into tonight's 30-lap feature event. Time now for the semi-feature for the micro sprints. This one will be only 10 laps. Only 10 laps. The top 3 will make, or the top 6 will transfer as well. On the front row, it'll be Ryan Mueller in the 33M, Michael Brummett in car number 18X. Row 2, Kurt Westerfield in 14, Greg Northrup in car number 81. Row 3, Jackson Frisbee in 38, Eli Harris in the 14E. Row 4, Jordan Howe in the 3J, Kaylin Hunt in car number 1. Row 5, it's Kaylin Griss in car number 12C, Sam Johnson in the 81X. Row 6, Michael Bustamante in the M2, Brian Paver in the 05. Row 7, Gabe Berardi in car number 8, Aaron Andruskevich in 21. The 8th row, Clayton Duff in the 1X, Trevin Littleton in the 44F. Row 9, it's Will Abertage in car number 7A, Garrett Duff in 4, and Charlie Keevan in 55. Aaron Andruskevich in car number 21. We knew that he would definitely be out of it. Blew the engine in his qualifying heat race.
Have to wait on another driver, the 81X, Sam Johnson. He just competed in the midget semi-feature. Now he will be waiting, going into the semi-feature for the micro sprints. And Sam Johnson made it out. So he jumps out of the midget and jumps in the micro and jumps out on the racetrack. And we'll give them the one to go signal when they come down in front of us this time. There's another one. And the one to go signal being given to the field. 10 laps the distance. The top 6 will make the transfer as well. Here they come out of turn 4. Ryan Mueller, Michael Brummett on the loud pedal. Green flag signs. Here we go. Ryan Mueller in car number 33M, racing for the championship this year. He's made all of the events. Unfortunately, he had some trouble in Oklahoma City. And now he's leading the B main here at Jacksonville. Michael Brummett riding in second, Jackson Frisbee is third. Fourth is Kurt Westerfield. Greg Norton riding in fifth. And riding in the sixth and final transfer spot is the 3K of Jordan Howell. Ryan Mueller continues to lead it. Ryan out of Wildwood, Missouri. Ryan is a third-generation driver. His father, Rich Mueller, for many years. His grandfather, R.J. Mueller, also a midget driver. Big advantage right now for the 33M of Ryan Mueller. Eight laps are down, working the white flag laps this time by. And the white flag comes out one more time around for Ryan Mueller in car number 33M. Michael Brummett still holding on to that second position. And it's going to be Ryan Mueller getting the win. Michael Brummett comes across in second. Jackson Frisbee is third. Fourth, Kurt Westerfield comes across in the fifth. That is the 3J of Jordan Howell. And Carly Gress out of Walden, Illinois. She will finish in the sixth and final transfer position. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the fields are now full. 22 cars in the micro sprints, 22 cars in the midget. Once again, here's your official top 6 finish. Your winner, Ryan Mueller out of Wildwood, Missouri. Michael Brummett finishing in second. Third, Jackson Frisbee in 38. Fourth, Kurt Westerfield in 14. Fifth, Jordan Howell in car number 3J. And the young lady out of Alton, Illinois, Carly Gress. Looks like she will run 20 laps here shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, are you having a good time at the baddest bull ring in America? Let me hear ya. Oh, I tell you what, it's the baddest bull ring with the greatest race fans. I love you folks. I love you. I love you. I love you. Well, we're going to work the track a little bit here prior to the feature events. Don't forget the Power Eye Racing Leagues and the Micro Sprint Racing Leagues will be traveling down to the Mighty Macon Speedway. That's right down the road here. How long did it take you to get here, Adam? About an hour, so it's not a big drive. That's not a big drive, but we'll be down at the Mighty Macon Speedway. It's going to be a great night of racing. So about 15 minutes. We're going to take a break. Brian?
All right, folks, you've got plenty of time. Get something to eat, something to drink. Make your way down to the concession area. Stop by and see guys at the Hall of Fame Lounge and the Hall of Fame exhibit here at the Jacksonville Speedway. A whole bunch of fun. We want to remind you we will not be here next week, but we do invite you guys to either A, go check out the Macon Speedway, or B, head to the Pittsfield Speedway Racer Reunion. That's on Saturday, May 18th as well. Plenty of guys gathering up to tell some old war stories from the days of 1954 to 1970. That's at Bowler's Universe, folks, all the way on the west side of Pittsfield. Once you think you've almost made it out of Pittsfield, keep going. And once you think you've made it down to Calhoun County, well, you're almost there. But that's Bowler's Universe on the west side of Pittsfield. That'll start at 10 a.m. and stay until late in the evening. But the Power Eye guys are going to be at Macon tomorrow. That'll be a lot of fun. We'll be here back in a couple of weeks. Memorial Day weekend. We'll be here Friday and Sunday. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be good. Double the racing in three days. We've got a couple of giveaways for you.